We are so proud that you are here this morning in spite of all the things that we're going through, in spite of all that we've went through, in spite of all that was being said, in spite of all of what we see. We are so proud and thankful for you this morning. It is nothing more than to serve God, to serve Him and know that He is there for us. We thank God for you. And Lord, I thank you for this opportunity to say to everyone that it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. It's going to be all right. God is in control. And I thank God for that. It is a blessing to know Jesus. And I just want to bring something to you this morning that is in my spirit. And I know God is going to work things out because He's in control. God knows every single thing that is going on. And it is nothing that He does not know about. He knows it all. So when you need something from God, do you really go to Him? Do you go to God and ask Him first? If it's something that you're about to do you go to God and ask Him? Do you consider His ways? Do you put that thing before Him and let God know that you are considering this? Just think about that for a moment. Do we really seek God's help in everything that we do? Do we really seek God's help? See, most people only seek God for the big things. We only seek God for stuff that makes sense to us. We only seek God because those are things that we want, those are things that we need, so we seek God then. But do we seek God for every little thing? And that is my question to you. See, most of us, as I stated, when we look in our accounts, when we look at our livelihood, we look at our children, when we look at all those things, we don't see God in that. Because we see what we can do. And we look at what we can do, and then we do it. And when the things don't turn out the way we need them to turn out, then we turn right around and we get upset with God about it. But God is saying, I've been here all along and I've been waiting for you to seek your guidance, to seek your help. And that's what we do. We don't look to Him first, but we get upset about it and we get angry at God for something that He did not do when He's been there all along. But don't get it twisted. God can always change things for us. See, because we are taught to be survivors, that's what we do. We try to prove to ourselves that we can survive this, that we can survive and we can make sure everything goes right. That is what we do. We try to train ourselves of those things. But God is always in control. And what I just described to you is the average believer, the average non-believer. That is what we do. We try to do it on our own, and later we see that God has always been there. He's always been in control of it. But let's look at Matthew 6, verses 6 through 8. And it says, but when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask. And I know it takes some time to do that. It takes some time to get past our strength and what we can do and ask God for it. I know it takes a lot of time for us to get over who we are, that, I can do this. If I can't do it, then I'll ask God. That is the opposite of what God expects from us. And we think that God should just burst through the clouds and just, if He see what I have need of, why don't He just give it to me? See, if you know your children need things, do you just bring it home every day? Do you come through the door with a gift every single day? No, you want them to grow up. We might do those things in their toddler years, in their elementary years, but we don't do those things when we are looking for them to mature and grow up. And trust that we are there for them. Trust that they have the best parents in the world, and all that we can do, we will do. But we want them to be mature and have a relationship with them. We want them to know that we're there for them. That's what we do when we want our children to grow. But we develop a relationship that they can come to us for anything. That they can look to us for anything. That there's nothing that we will not do for them. And see, the good thing is God wants the exact same thing. That's all he wants, is for you to ask. And to ask is to pray. To pray to God for the things that you cannot see. And that's my topic for today. Pray for the things that you cannot see. Pray to God, because when you don't see your account, the balance being where you want it to be, that's when you pray to God. Go into your secret place and pray to an unseen God, and what he will do is reward you openly for the things that you cannot see. And that's what God does. And don't worry about the fancy words that you can use. Don't worry about how you sound. All we need to do is just ask him. See, he tells us don't be like the pagans who use tons of words because they want to be heard. Just come to me and ask for it. Lord, now you know I need you to help me on this test. Lord, you know I need you to help me with my expenses this month. Lord, you know I need you to help me on this job to get the promotion. Lord, you know I need help with these children. See, that's how he wants us to come to him. In simple words, to just ask him. And I know sometimes when we look at it and we say to ourselves, I don't even know how to pray to God. But we can pray to God today for anything. Because when praying to God, we are asking him to help us get over some things, help us build a relationship with him, help him to show God that we have a relationship, that we trust him. Whatever we need, whatever it is, the things that we're going through, doesn't matter if it's a pandemic, doesn't matter if things are gotten out of control as we think they are, God is in control. See, in your prayer time this week, I want you to pray for the things that you cannot see. I want you to pray for everything that you can't imagine. Everything that is not the way you want to see it. That's what I want you to do, and that is your challenge for this week, because there are no heroes here. There are no heroes here. There are only those who pray and trust the Lord. Be blessed and pray for what you cannot see.